Welcome back, football fans, to the second half.
That's got to be one of the best plays of the season. Hey, if you're the National Football League, are you paying attention to Bryce Perkins as we take a look at today's progressive first half stats and what strikes you here? Well, the fact that the Panthers have only had 4 third downs, that's how efficient they've been on first and second down. If you compare that to DC's 9 third downs, they have not been quite as efficient on first and second to get those first downs, having to convert a lot, but that's the biggest thing. I mean, DC has been able to move the football. They just haven't had any big plays, and Michigan's been able to create a few. We're checking in again with Harry Douglas on the sideline. Harry?
I'll say from the DC defenders' locker room defensively, Blake Williams, he's stressed, being able to contain the quarterback. We know Bryce Perkins is elusive and also guys covering for a little bit longer on the back end. They've had 2 free runners, right? Bryce Thompson, we've seen him come on the blitz and missed the tackle on Bryce Perkins, and also Deontay Anderson. Those guys have to make those plays offensively. I heard head coach Shannon Harris say first and second down production, so we can take our shots after that, guys.
Feels like DC, Aaron talked about it, Roddy, you mentioned it moments ago, this team has comeback ability, and if you're Bryce Perkins, can't take your foot off the gas here. This Michigan offense continue to do what you've done because you know DC is going to make a run at some point. And they almost assuredly know that. You look at the quarterback comparison, both these guys have played really well. I don't think Bryce Perkins' stat line tells the full story of how impactful he's been on this game. I mean, just his ability to escape pressure, to extend plays, those 104 yards passing, but once again, incredibly efficient, being 7 for 8 after being 21 of 25 a week ago. And Jordan Tamu has done a nice job as well. We're all about access in the UFL. Our best sounds from our first 2 quarters today in Detroit.
Best kicker in the NFL. He was on our team last year. Boo! Terrible. That's it. Buddy! Wrap up! Are we downfield? I knew it was downfield until the drive. I tried to extend it so they can get back.
Now the booing of Derek Roberson we heard there moments ago reminds me of Harry Douglas booing me in our production call on Tuesday. Sometimes he does that. I really still don't understand why he does it, Roddy. Just a little salty because he didn't get to go to the Derby for the first time in forever. Maybe so. He's basically the mayor of Louisville, so.
Yeah, I cannot go to the Derby and drink all day long and then come and try to do a UFL game, guys.
It's another loss for journalism yesterday, apparently. 17-6, start of our second half here at Ford Field. And Michigan, we mentioned the 2-for-1. They ended the half with possession and now begin the third quarter. In the landing zone, Xavier Malone, good field position, barrels his way ahead of the 36. Check in with Cole Kulik.
Guys had an interesting conversation with Michigan Panthers defensive coordinator Colin Bauer coming out. I asked him, we talked about this, those defensive ends, the edge defenders for the Panthers defense, are they playing flat, playing slow, kind of stationary, intentionally? And he said, yes, we were too aggressive with that a week ago. We want to put the onus on Jordan Tayamu to make him make decisions. And guys, I tell you, I think he looks a little more confused with that than maybe he would if they were switching it up, being a little more aggressive.
It's a good call. So much of what they allowed in the run game last week was Max Duggan on those zone read plays. Nice job tracking that down. It's talking about the adjustment.
Wrap them up. There you go.
Back to Toa-Town. 2-yard gain on first down. And some momentum towards the line of scrimmage, and then DC stopped them right in his tracks. Kyle Phillips met him first. Mentioned his name a couple of times in that first half, had a sack, and it was very disruptive. Feels like, too, DC, Roddy, maybe in search of a big play from somebody somewhere to kind of spark this team. That's a big possession for them defensively.
Get up! Oh my God!
Ahead towards midfield, that's a first down.
We're going to get a crossing route from the tight end and an over route, but it takes this defender out of the play and that defender out of the play as well. And it just opens up in the middle for Bryce Perkins. Everybody's in man-to-man coverage. There's no one there with their eyes on Bryce Perkins. It's an easy pickup on the first down.
Hey, what's up?
21 rush yards for Perkins. Total again, he found a way to sneak through the line of scrimmage to the 45. Now in DC territory, gain of 6.
Hey guys, I will say this, when it comes to rushing the passer, and specifically Bryce Perkins, as a defensive line unit, you want to make sure that everyone is on one accord. You don't want to try to win one-on-one battles and be ultra aggressive, because it'll open up run lanes as we just seen on that 2nd and 7 play.
Especially when you're playing man-to-man coverage. There's no one looking at the quarterback when he breaks the pocket.
Why wouldn't you run the zone read or give it to Tala again? And the fact that he's been so effective scoring that touchdown in the first half. And near the line to gain here. Kyle Phillips, a tackle. Son was watching as he scored that touchdown in the first half, and some great pictures of him and his young family in the pool, hanging out, and watching Dad carry the pigskin.
It's awesome. It changes things when you have kids. The reason that you do what you do, as any parent would know, comes more than yourself. And it's so cool to see that relationship and the way Toa plays because of what he has at home.
First down again for Michigan. Pressure off the edge.
Get Perkins! Wrap him up!
Takes off. Here comes a penalty.
Wrap him up!
And Perkins
Oh
still
my
inbounds.
God. Wrap up Perkins!
Towards the red zone.
84, holding offense, number 84.
This one's coming back.
Foul's good. Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That negates a 23-yard gain, and Gunnar Oates, the guilty party, to tie it in for the Panthers.
The pressure's going to come from Kyle Phillips, and then later in the play, Gunnar Oates right there is going to grab the safety, Deontay Anderson. As Bryce Perkins starts to go, the grab happens on the shoulder. Anderson pleads his case to the officials. And look, he didn't really need to.
I was going to say.
Bryce Perkins was out of there. He's been so magical. If you're a Michigan player, you're just saying, look, if Bryce is scrambling, just let Bryce do Bryce. Nobody can tackle him.
Sounds like a T-shirt.
Let Bryce do Bryce.
First down. After the penalty. I don't know if you can use that. That's probably a trademark infraction of some kind, but I like it. I like where your mind is. Across the middle and into traffic to Oaks.
That's a good defensive play.
Penalty. It's incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, 69 card, Cole Cabral, full slab right here. His helmet popped off. Don't know if he's going to have to come out of the game. He's going to circle that right guard, Roddy.
So the right guard right here, watch him as he retreats and wow! I mean, that is full slap. Explain the full slap and what it is.
Well, the defender's usually going to have their arms engaged with the offensive lineman. They don't see him coming, so you just go right for the ribs right there. You can go half slap, sometimes half the rib cage, but that one right there, that's a full slap. I usually want to go with 3 bones of the ribs.
Yes.
To that conversation.
There you go. Complete.
Sounds like Shannon Harris thought that last sequence should have been an infraction of some kind.
That is freaking legal. He can't do that. He speared him in the head. He speared the right tackle, just speared the guy in the head. Yes. Hey, Dion, was that a flag? Was that a flag when I got it?
Can't blame the head coach for that. I agree with your head coach. That could have been a penalty.
The right tackle maybe going to the
Below.
ground with it, but
Except they're down either way.
Actually illegal roughness on a offensive lineman. Do that once in my life, but that's not a penalty.
Wrap him up!
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Get him! Get him!
On third and impossible. It's Bryce Perkins again.
Can someone wrap Perkins up? They're impossible. And once again, they cannot drag down Perkins. What is wrong with this
When
defense?
you got 3 defenders around you, how in the world does he get out of this? There's 3 guys there. How?
They need to work on taking down the QB.
That's how. Thank you, Cole. Joe Wallace, the injured player, helped off the field as we ran that replay.
I'm telling you guys, man, that is deflating for a defense. You have them right where you want them, 3rd and 20. And it's exactly what defensive coordinator Blake Williams spoke about at halftime. We have to contain the quarterback. We have to get him down on the ground. That is more defenders defending a play with the inability to tackle Bryce Perkins and get on the ground.
Helmet came off of Perkins. That means Danny Etling has to check in for a play. Out of LSU, we saw the 2-quarterback system earlier in the season. Perkins was really named QB1 finally earlier this week. Handoff, doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Nate McCrary. 19-yard gain. It'll be first down and goal.
It's a really good job on the right side of this line, but particularly Gene Okafor, who just fights. He's able to get his butt to the hole, let Nate McCreary cut off of it, and then the young man who's battled an ankle injury all year long almost gets in the end zone. Can't quite make the safety miss.
They
7
definitely
yards on
scored.
just 4 touches. McCreary remains on the field. Let's see if they try to get him into the end zone here. More zone read. It's McCreary, and indeed he gets there.
Yeah, they got the end zone again.
Now the ankle's healthy. The offense for Michigan on point today, led by Bryce Perkins, and now McCreary, his first scoring opportunity.
Drive by Michigan. Statement at the beginning of the second half, coming out and right down the field, putting the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. Hey, come here. Hey, up there. Hey, listen.
1-point conversion attempt, 23-6 ball game. For this first possession for the second half.
We're good.
The Panthers overcoming that holding penalty. Perkins
Get him!
has overcome everything.
Oh my
Does it
God.
again. Buying time to Malik Turner. Conversion
Big damn it.
is successful. 24-6. Nate McCreary finding a way into the end zone. Second touchdown of the season, and it's Perkins. The no-look delivery.
Alright, we're back. I wish the defenders could find better quarterbacks in all season.
When you get the full slide from your guard here, how does that feel?
Feels great. He gets the first initial pitch, and I just have to fit it in, and we just keep rolling.
Take the kick shot.
So just finishing it off, just body shots, making control of the game, keeping guys outside, making pockets.
Combos on a couple of those runs too. You guys working together, really nice, getting movement, climbing to the second level. Is that just reps together that allows you to do that?
Yeah, we just work it every day in practice, so we have a natural peak. Oh yeah, I mean, we rep all this stuff all week, so it just makes it second nature when we get out there and have to do it in the game.
This year team's tough trash. Like,
I'm good. I'll keep it. I'm good.
the trash has been talked on the field. What is it like? Tell me quickly, with a quarterback like Bryce able to bail you out at times, move around, do different things in the pocket.
Oh, that's great. I mean, like that last rep, like I missed on one of my guys, and he made something happen. It's just really nice that he can pick us up when we need it.
Jim?
It makes it easier for all of us. Just blocking easy, everything's
Alright, that's something.
Thanks, fellas. There you go.
Thank you.
The ability of the offensive line.
It's an offensive line friendly broadcast here in the UFL. It's brought to you by Discover. It pays to discover. The Tower family celebrating this Michigan performance. And Toa already reaching the end zone. Flex time. Hey, it looks like we would like to hang out with them sometime in the near future.
I don't know where they are, but it looks
It's very warm and tropical, and it looks like they're having a good time. I absolutely would accept the invite.
I'm ready to have maybe an early dinner with the Towers as Deion Jackson's going to rumble in. Towards 35, and Tarpley brings it down a 9-yard
Be
gain.
right back on you.
Look, if you're DC offensively, a lot of times left on the clock. But establishing some semblance of a run game, I think it's going to be important just to be balanced so that you can hit some of those shots off of play action that they love to do to take shots downfield.
Second down and short. Play action. Tamu wants to heave one deep again. Wide open is rolling. Here comes DC. And a touchdown for the defenders. Lightning strikes Jordan Tamu with a hot hand from 65 yards out.
Well, you're going to see the safeties split at the top of your screen, and then Jordan Ta'amu just delivers a magnificent ball to Chris Rowland, hits him right in stride, outruns the safety, Arnold Tarpley III, and how about that for a response?
Couple plays, a quick touchdown. DC is going to line up to go for 2 from the 5-yard line. And we've talked at times today, Michigan defensively has been known to give up the big play on occasion. We saw it there. Give them 2 more. 24-14, and the defenders are right back in it. Bradley Moore McKinney catching the 2-point conversion.
So a couple things. Here's Chris Rowland. He's going to run a route right up the middle. It's cover 2 on the back end. So these 2 safeties are responsible for the deep halves. But the outside release of the outside receiver pulls that safety away. And then this safety gets caught on the inside.
What did I miss?
Looking in the backfield. And so Chris Rowland just ends up wide open.
Oh, wow.
Really nice job of Jordan Ta'amu looking off.
Yes. That's what I'm liking. Going backwards. Okay, we're down by 10. Let's see if we can craft something.
Under center.
Yes, he was. Yeah, hard play action.
6 plays under center last week for this DC offense. All of them are hard play action.
And under center gives it the idea that it could be a run play and sells it a little bit more in your mind.
Well, if you go back 2 games ago, I think they were under center 5 times in that
Okay,
game.
not
They were
bad.
all direct runs. They handed them all off. So I don't know how much of the mindset that is from Frank Tice, the offensive coordinator. So you know, 1 week you think this means ground and pound, like you just pointed out, Lord, and then 2 weeks later, you know what? That's in the back of your mind. They'll go out there and air it out every single time we give you that formation, and now they can just mix and match because they know you're going to be thinking something different.
The other part of it, Cole, is when you're under center and you go play action, teams don't see that a whole lot anymore. So that deception with the football just creates a little bit more of a pause.
What a performance for Chris Rowland so far. 7 catches, 124 yards, and Harry that last touchdown.
So, Chris, at halftime, your head coach Shannon Harris talked about having first and second down production, positive plays, and then you're going to take your shots. That's exactly what happened. 65-yard touchdown on the post. What did you see?
Too high defense. You know, we've been talking about this play all week. It's actually an option. I either cross it, goes 1 high, but if I see 2 high, just take the middle. That's all green grass. Jordan did a spectacular pass. But before anything else, I just want to be able to just thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the ability to make that play and just, you know, be here. So I want to say that. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, no problem.
You look at what Chris has done today. You're talking about the Deacon Jones Trophy Award winner, recognizing the top HBCU player during his time at Tennessee State at 5'8", 179. You put that guy in the slot. We were talking during one of the breaks about what Bryce Perkins can do in the NFL. What about Chris Rowland? He's right there knocking on that door, and you see his performance.
Come on,
Up
get
to
him.
this point, the second most productive performance for a wide receiver in the NFL this season.
He is explosive, and it feels like DC all year long has made a concerted effort to give him the ball. Last week it was 7 catches for 61 yards, a lot more stuff underneath. And honestly, that was the way it was trending in this game too, until the giant play. But he's been a target on third down multiple times earlier in this game. Really feels like he's got a great rapport with Jordan Thomas.
And also a guy who led the UFL in all-purpose yards in 2024. And guess what, guys? He's first in that category again with over 630.
Come on, DC defenders.
Let's turn on the film. Watch this cat and his production. Here comes Michigan again. COC Mariner. It's the first time we've called his name today after 111 receiving yards a week ago. Give him 9 and a burst.
It's a really nice little stick route from COC Mariner, finding a soft spot in the zone. You're right, it is the first time. It's been much more by committee today from Michigan. Other than Bryce Perkins, he has been the chairman of the committee.
I want to be the chairman. I don't feel like it. Very small committee, a short one. First down, play action, Perkins. So dangerous here. Back across his body. There's the tight end. And another big play that got around. Into the red zone. It'll be a first down grab and a gain of 34.
Gunnar Oak starts on this side, and you're going to see him just wheel up. It's man-to-man coverage, and because of the play action, Bryce Perkins creates a little bit of time drifting away from the pressure, and Oaks on the linebacker just ends up being a mismatch. Excuse me, that's Deontay Anderson. He's a safety. Just step behind Gunnar Oaks.
Guys, going to Disney World, they ask you, where do you make your magic? They need to ask Bryce Perkins. Where does he make his magic? It is self-explanatory.
Stop him.
Yeah, it's outside.
Stop him.
Meanwhile, the A-gap run and Toatella plows his way ahead towards the one. It's going to be first down and goal. When Perkins gets outside the pocket in this game, something magical, something special is going to go down.
He's been on fire all game long. And look, it's not just him escaping from pressure on that last one. That was an absolute dime.
Yes.
Dropped in the proverbial bucket.
He knew where he was going. He's being deliberate. Like he talked about when we talked to him pregame, getting comfortable being in rhythm, being decisive. Came back, start thinking, that's when bad things start happening.
And perhaps this game will be a little higher scoring than anticipated as Talon.
Not that time.
He bottled up, and he's going to lose a couple of
Not
yards.
that.
Melvin Joseph able to bang his way through. Second and goal.
A little high scoring than some of you guys anticipated. Well, this is a couple plays, but for my record in the betting area,
A humble analyst here in the booth. Roddy Jones anticipating more points in this. Barry back on the field. He'll fake it to him. Perkins slant.
Oh, wow.
Penalty marker comes
Oh, wow. More penalties.
Legal screen set up on some kind of run route over that direction.
It was behind. It was beyond. It was beyond.
it was beyond the line.
It was beyond.
Garrett caught it.
Number 2 receiver blocked inside. Downfield. Yeah. Yes. I'm just trying to. Yes. Pass interference offense.
Pass interference.
Yep.
Offense. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
The call on Jalen Moore, he's just going to throw what can only be described as a block on the corner. I mean, when you're the receiver, you got to have a little bit of tact. You got to get through there, up the field, or turn around before you get to the defender. You can't go shoulder to shoulder with the defender. That's going to be called a pick every time, especially on the edge.
Now, Rodney, I would also say on that play, it is very
So a pass interference, a defensive pass interference that gets you on 17 or 17. Defensive pass interference against our number 17 wide receiver.
Here comes a super challenge from Mike Nolan.
This is big because those penalties went offset, putting them back at second and goal from the play.
Okay, so we have a couple things to look at here, Jeff. Certainly coming off the line of scrimmage,
is grabbed here, but that ball is still in the hands of the quarterback when he's taken to the ground. So I could really only put that into the class of defensive holding. I can't put that as defensive pass interference. And since it was defensive pass interference, that was called, that was challenged, then I'm going to deny the challenge because there is no defensive pass interference on the play. That is correct.
You have to be specific in the challenge. Mike Nolan challenged, and it was pass interference. It ends up being holding.
DC is charged his first time out. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Semantics are important, Roddy.
Specificity is key, Roy.
Challenge is denied. OPI, the ruling on the field, that obviously stands. So the penalties do not offset because of the specific nature of the challenge, and it was incorrect. Well, it's a lot to process, but that has been a point of emphasis in the UFL. If you're going to challenge, you have to challenge the specific play, the number, and the infraction. Back to the Verizon Command Center, Mike Pereira, your thoughts on that sequence?
You're exactly right. And the idea of the super challenge will let you challenge everything. But if we're going to do that, you have to be specific. And so he has a strong case for defensive holding there. But since it was defensive pass interference and that holding occurred before the pass is thrown, I can't put it as pass interference. And so therefore the challenge has to be denied.
Uh-oh. Get him. There you go. Take Perkins down to the ground.
Roberson sniffed it out.
That's a good way to sniff out the quarterback. A fumble snap. The snap is the snap is too high, and that's what happens. Negative plays for defenders, and that's what they needed. All thanks to center for the Panthers. Get the snap too high, going backwards.
3 weeks ago we were here, and I was like, man, that's a cool there. And he was like, no, he don't waste any time. He gets him back there.
3rd and goal from the 28. And Perkins will take what he can
Get
get. Lassoed out of bounds near the 13. And it was Kelvin Cousin.
Sorry, Roy. I do agree with you on the accuracy though, Ronnie. I mean, it's quarterback's got to handle that.
Got your back, man. I saw you yucking it up with your O-line brethren. I mean, it was like a Swiftie at a T Swift concert, your energy there. You were happy to be back home with your guy.
We're no physicality again.
It's an offensive line friendly broadcast. I'll remind our viewers at home. BT Potter on the field. 4th and goal from the 26. And Potter, an attempt at 36-yarder here. 6 of 9 on the season for the former Clemson standout. Michigan trying to increase its lead after that possession.
No good.
And it cannot, and a win for DC.
Good. Good. Oh, bother on the penalty. Do you want to know what's a penalty on?
It's a full 15 from the win.
It's a full 15.
18 to go to 3. Number 9, correct? Personal foul. Receiving team for leaving, number 9. 18 Montgomery.
Deontay Anderson, you can't do this, Roddy.
You absolutely cannot. When you've got him stopped, and he's right behind the goalpost. He's going to hit him right now, but he's going to jump or attempt to jump over the offensive line. Contacts the long snapper and an offensive lineman on the way.
All this.
For Michigan offensively.
Some of those leapings are tended to be hidden to a certain extent.
White can capitalize on the worst field position when Michigan
Egregious would be
did.
an understatement. So instead of the missed field goal from 36 yards that wasn't blocked, Potter missed it wide left. They're going to move the football inside the 5, and the infraction makes it 1st down and goal.
What a mental error. What a mental mistake there.
Well, let's do that whole sequence all over again. Deja vu, if you will. Perkins.
No, 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 no. Not this time, Perkins.
So he's going to lose two. It'll be second and goal from there. Well, I mean, who wants to score or get the stop on this drive?
Michigan has been in reverse since that second and goal from the foreplay, and DC has said, hey, look, you want extra opportunities? Go ahead.
No, let's not let them go ahead.
And this is about as wonky as it gets.
It is literally wonky. It's not like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
1 o'clock. For Michigan, up double digits.
3, no kidding.
Tal serving his pass protection this time.
Get him. Get him. Get him down. What are you doing? Wow, they didn't get him.
The Magic Man crossing the goal line.
I mean, it's not great tackling by DC defensively, certainly, but let's just marvel at the magic that Bryce Perkins has provided today. Anthony Hines III has a great shot at him. You got another one at the end zone with a shot at him. You have someone in the backfield with a shot at him. And the penalty on the missed field goal ends up being a 7-point mistake for this for this DC defender's defense.
Go for the 1-point conversion. Crowded backfield. And Toatawa.
Because this we choked by 16 points. How are we going to overcome this deficit, you may ask? Didn't even tackle. Look at this. Look at this. See? Defenders. Work on tackling.
On a warm day, you want to right here.
Yeah, no, they did a good job of covering
You're back
down.
to one?
I was trying to work backside, but then
No. Wait, tell me what you're thinking. Like, how do you do this right here when you got, like, what?
yeah, I mean, trying to stay strong in the legs throughout, all year. Those plays come up, man. Just
How about the circle button before the end zone?
man, hey, those big guys, coming down full speed like that, it's hard for them to stop. So, just trying to make a play, man. When you're that close to the end zone, gotta figure out a way to find it. So, all glory to God, man. We're not done. We gotta keep going.
Spin move to get into the end zone, or the stiff arm put a DB on his back earlier in the game?
Man, the spin was pretty nice because they ended the score, but at all costs, man, I'm just trying to. Those big guys way up high. I just don't want them to tackle me.
Let me ask you this real quick. Honestly, are you in the zone right now?
Yeah, man, I think I'm doing good. Way to call them out there. Coach is calling a great game, and the guys are fighting too. So we know that this game is going to be a hard game. Just so when the competitive nature comes out, you got to attack it.
Thanks, Brett. There you go.
Now trending in America on social. Bryce Perkins.
I mean, he's 10 of 13 passing for 157 yards and a touchdown. He's got 55 carries and a touchdown on the ground. And I don't think that tells the full story of how good he's been. Because he's been throwing defenders all over the place, spinning off of them, at times jumping over them. Like, this dude has been... He's in what they call a flow state.
We've all played with amazing players. Like, Harry played with, obviously, one of the greatest receivers of all time, Julio Jones. Like, I played with Rudy Johnson. There's not many guys that you watch play football and you sit there and say, how? And that's what I've done with Bryce Perkins today.
Play action. And ahead to roll, and that'll move the chains. And that last touchdown, Aaron Dolan, our sports betting analyst, critical for some watching as another over hits in the UFL.
Well, Perkins was plus 125 for any time TD, and like we just mentioned, the over cashes once again. And the over in the UFL has now gone 10 of the last 14 games after starting 1-8. And typically when we're seeing these overs at the beginning start cashing at the final minutes, but now we're starting to see it in the third quarter, sometimes even in the second quarter. So again, the public winning on the over for today.
It's a trend that we noticed early this week in getting ready for this game. The last 4 weekends in the UFL, you're talking about the average point total in a game going from 29 points in week 2 up to 50 points per game last week in week number 5, and you see it again today. You're not sweating it out towards the end. we're seeing more points earlier and more often in these games, which creates more fireworks. You know what? The watchability factor goes up a notch or two.
Look, at the beginning of the season, the defenses, because of the way training camp is structured and just the rhythm of the offenses not being there, defenses were way ahead. Now we're able to see the talent and honestly the schemes really shine in a lot of these offenses on a big down.
Getting loud at Ford Field. Smith just lost 2. It's 3rd down and 6. Ta'amu, triple coverage. And deflected away, incomplete. DJ Miller got a fingertip or 2 on it. It'll be 4th down.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender, DJ Miller, who's kind of in the slot. He carries the out route for a couple steps and then gets back underneath that curl. Just a nice job being disciplined in your zone and almost getting an interception.
Lead is 16 for the hometown Michigan Panthers and Mike Nolan. 4th quarter coming up.
On a warm day, you want 2 things. A refreshing drink made with real fruit juice like Simply Spiked Lemonade, and a way to get cool. Oh, you can leave it open. Simply Spiked, made with real fruit juice.
Fill up on all the good stuff at Subway. All your faves packed with tons of crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. And now buy any footlong in the app for just $6.99. Great bread, great meat, great sauce, great deal. Get on it, people. Order now on the Subway app.
Congratulations. Here are the keys.
Congratulations. Here's the water heater that somehow passed inspection, but will definitely flood your basement.
Wait.
Congratulations. Here's your first-year supply of nitrogen fertilizer. Remember, not too little or too much or you'll kill your lawn.
Okay.
Congratulations. Here's Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Uh-oh. You're good. You can quickly compare insurance options and find the right coverage even if it's not with us.
What's the bad news?
I skipped the line.
Lowe's knows spring brings new growing moments.
We killed it.
Sometimes growing pains.
So it needs food? Full sun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Plant these together.
Absolutely.
It's for you.
Grow your dream garden with My Lowe's Rewards. Lowe's knows how to help you spring.
Another clash of the old and the new. El Clasico.
We're feeling the weight of our ancestors, and we're from nothing to something. A story.
University of Maryland Global Campus is a school for real life, one that values the successes you've already achieved. Earn up to 90 undergraduate credits for relevant experience, and get the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. What will your next success be?
Summer's here, and with the new Toyota, you can do all the things that make summer, summer. Take a Grand Highlander and go root for the home team. Send newlyweds off in a Camry. Congrats. Thanks. Or catch some waves with a RAV4. Still got it.
Buy a spacious Grand Highlander with special financing as low as 4.99%. Or get low APR financing on an adventure-ready RAV4.
Your summer starts here. That limbo.
Toyota. Let's go places.
No application fee if you apply by May 30th at University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited university that has transformed adult lives for more than 75 years. You're not waiting to win. You're ready to succeed again at umgc.edu.
Well, coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern today, we welcome Caitlin Clark back to Iowa City, her first game at Carver Hawkeye since the end of March a year ago. Year 2 in the WNBA preseason tilt against the Brazilian national team. Tip-off at 4 Eastern as soon as we are done here in Detroit. And we welcome you back to Ford Field. Ronnie Jones, Willie Philpott, Harry Douglas, Cole Kublik. 4th down and 6 for D.C. And the Michigan Panthers leading D.C., the Defenders, by 16. Entertaining game, a higher scoring contest in Motown. As Xavier Malone watches that bounce right in front of him. It'll be whistle dead just inside the 30. We've talked a lot about Bryce Perkins. After a punt of 42, he's mic'd up. He's got some sound for us.
No looky on that.
Ronnie, they hit him somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it conversion attempt and the no-look dish to Malik Turner. And just an incredible play in what has been an incredible game. Cole talked to him moments ago. Hey, are you in the zone? Yeah. Bryce Perkins is in the proverbial zone today.
Everything is working. And look, he's been kind of in his own last 2 weeks.
Those Michigan Panthers.
He's phenomenal last week. He's 21 of 25 passing.
Boy.
Didn't do nearly as much damage with his legs.
I need to how they feel something.
Shows the accuracy here. The pass is going to be dropped. Second down, Weidermeyer dropped it. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Well, I love that he just admitted it. Yeah, I am in the zone.
Very simple answer to your complex question there.
Yeah. Nobody's ever accused me of being smart enough to come up with complex questions, but
I disagree. I think you ask some very good questions and complex questions. Offensive line.
Jocks.
hey, by the way, we had gameplay.
36.
Week. I asked him who brings the donuts every week, and he said, just peanut butter and anything for me guys. He didn't do the donuts.
Okay, we've seen donuts in there though.
Doink! Oh, you almost got the pick. Right on the bucket.
Well, it's just a nice job. Sitting on the route, it's popped up in the air. Deontay Anderson almost comes up with it.
Should have came up with it, especially when you get a personal foul for jumping over a slow snapper.
Oja Medina was the one that was able to tip it.
Got to catch that one.
First 3 and out for this Michigan offense today, so the defenders giving themselves a chance here.
Got to catch that. I said 6. The guy who just wakes up with 5 traps in the hands every morning.
What a great comparison that was. Chris Rowland, over 100 yards receiving, going to be bottled up here. Week 7 coming up next weekend. The NFL starts Friday with DC and San Antonio. 8 Eastern over on Fox. Saturday on Fox, also Michigan and Arlington meet at 1 o'clock Eastern. Sunday, noon on ABC. Houston storms into Birmingham. And then at 3 o'clock on ESPN, St. Louis and Memphis. Set to wrap up the weekend. Week 7 underway beginning Friday night. So we're on the back half of the schedule. All of these games start to become more important in the race for the playoffs. The UFL Championship game in St. Louis on June 14th. And for Mike Golan, his team positioned quite well in this matchup. Chance to go to 4-2. And this is perhaps a preview of what we could see in that UFL Championship. Abram Smith on the field. First down run. Get him 3.
The thing about the league this year is it feels like all of the teams are competitive. I mean, if you went back 2 or 3 weeks ago, you pointed at San Antonio, Memphis,
Houston, maybe?
And Houston, certainly, as the teams were, hey, you want to see those teams on the schedule. Nobody wants to see Houston right now. San Antonio's coming off a tough game, but they are dangerous. Making a quarterback change, though, so we'll see what happens.
Ooh, good stiff arm.
A little later on today.
Braylon Sanders is going to pick up a first down. The whole quarterback situation with the Brahmas has been trauma-filled the last 2.5 weeks.
Speaking of Brahmas, they're taking on Stallions. Excuse me.
Third catch for Sanders, averaging 10 per touch. Someone wants to take off.
Okay, some yardage.
Across the 40.
It's like one of the first times we've seen Jordan Thompson use his legs. Which is on quarterback draw.
Which is very surprising, especially because Max Duggan had his way last week.
Harry, I think it goes back to what Cole talked about with Colin Bauer. They changed the way their defense were playing the quarterback on those replays, putting the quarterback in a position to make a decision, and Jordan Thompson is not going to aggressive keeping the ball.
Pulls one deep again. And the center fielder was back there on Chris Rowland. Arnold Tarpley III. He's mad at himself. He couldn't catch up to it.
Trey left. 52 Marriott. 52 Marriott.
Trey left. 52 Marriott. All ready.
If you get a couple here, do you think about going for it on point?
Yeah, if he gets a 4th and short, 4th and 3 or less, it is definitely a possibility.
Under 11 to go, 3rd down and 7. Here comes the pressure. Tarpley on the blitz. double cover. And Roland's been his guy today. It'll be 4th and 7 if you're Shannon Harris. Let's see.
Hey, they ran out to the back. To the back. That's right. We'll look at it. We'll look at it.
It's one of the things I was interested about on that play. 52, you think 5-man protection, tight end out, back out. One of the reasons maybe Jordan Teamo thought he saw that pressure coming, had to get rid of that football a little bit earlier.
So here's Paxton Brooks, Xavier Malone back deep to receive. Michigan defense, best of the UFL, living up to the billing so far this afternoon. Malone from the 11, he'll field it cleanly. Across the 20, and that's it. Timeout on the field. We will step aside after a punt of 48, a return of 11. Just over 10 to go at Ford Field. Played on Saturday, June 14th in St. Louis. Tickets start at just $29 and can be purchased ufl.com/tickets. Can't be in St. Louis for the championship. Make sure you watch on ABC. June 14th at 8 o'clock Eastern. On this May 4th, Roddy Jones, Roy Philpott, Cole Kulick, Harry Douglas, 16-point lead for Michigan. And as we do each and every week, we present to you our audio flex, nothing but the natural sounds from today's game on this possession for the Panthers.
Oh, great.
Injured defender.
After all of
fell
this.
down to the turf. Grand Valley State, second year with DC.
Imagine on this drive, Michigan is going to start to work the clock. I mean, run the ball, pick up first downs. But even if they decide to throw it, remember, clock doesn't stop. It doesn't stay stopped. And incomplete passes are out of bounds.
That run game has been so valuable for Michigan today. 32 carries, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns. A lot of credit to that offensive line, Cole.
They've been fantastic. Like we talked about earlier, the combination blocks, knowing when to come off up to the second level, getting movement at the point of attack. And as they even pointed out, it helps when your quarterback makes you right a lot of the time.
Audio blitz returns after the injury to Johnson.
Now the Perkins' deadly legs come to play on 3rd down. Wide.
Get up on cheese it right now. Cheese it, cheese it, and get it. Cheese it. They got it. Right spring, this don't look. Okay, ready? We gotta roll. We gotta roll. We gotta roll.
Yeah, there you go.
What is it? Still 11.
Bear stab single. Bear stab single. Bear stab single.
Oh.
The holding. And then we missed the tackle.
It was actually both. It was actually both holding and lack of tackling.
Play 5 on your wristband. Play 5 on your wristband. Fire the back to roll. Fire the back to roll. Fire the back to roll. Alright? So 9, you are poaching. You're kind of poaching, right? Fire the back to roll. Poaching to the side, the left or right call. Left, left, left. 9. Okay.
Here we go.
Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Go get him. Hey, hey, you gotta rush. You gotta rush. You gotta rush. I got it.
Yeah, the defensive corner was frustrated.
Bear stab single. Bear stab single. 13. It's 13 personnel. It's 13 personnel. Bear stab single.
So Toa into the red zone. It'll be first and goal for Michigan. And
That game is actually over.
Pick your poison time with what number 3 brings to the table after a 21-yard pickup for Toa.
Just felt like on this drive, Michigan has had an answer for everything that DC has done. You can hear Blake Williams, the defensive coordinator for DC, give calls that started with Bear. That's that Bear front where you've got the center and 2 guards covered, but it puts the secondary generally in man-to-man coverage the way DC's played it. Bryce Frank has been a big play.
Okay.
Tripped up the turf monster man got there first. It'll be second and goal. The ball comes out.
No, he was down. He was down! He was literally down, but oh.
The marker is down at midfield. We'll stop everything. I did not have
He tripped. He literally tripped himself. There's no one close to him.
I had the runner not down by contact. He fell in the ball. Okay.
He fell on his own shoelace or something.
Runner was down by contact at the 5-yard line.
He was literally down by contact.
With the ball in Tawa's hands, down on the turf. And you heard the call there. As we check in, Verizon Command Center.
But he's picking that up because there was no contact. But this guy was down. Okay.
Really, you just had a block in the back, right?
Roddy, what do we see here with Tawa? Ball comes out late.
Boy, hits the ground, and unless you're touched while you're on the ground, you are still live. But you see the glove on the helmet of Toa, so he is down by contact, and then he obviously is frustrated, lets the ball go like you do after a play. But had he not been touched, it's still a live ball.
Nate McCreary, now the running back. Bryce Perkins, play action, ball was tipped.
Yep, that's game. That's totally game.
When you're hot, you're hot. Bryce Perkins is scorching hot.
Bryce Perkins, we're all just living in it, and we are witnesses to it. This ball gets tipped.
No defender.
Doesn't matter.
Defended
Finds the
that.
hands of Malik Turner. It's been that kind of day for Bryce Perkins. Everything he touches is turned to gold. And for Michigan, Eric, they have extended this lead. What's looking like pretty insurmountable at this point.
Panthers going to go for 2. Leading now 36-14. And Michigan starting to assert itself at the very top of these UFL standings. Handling its business against the DC defenders. McCrary, the 2-point conversion.
Yep, this game. This will definitely do it.